Hey, who doesn't like a gift? I mean, something given to me by another who spends his or her hard-earned money to provide something that I need, or maybe just something I want. But if I'm given what's said to be a gift, and then I'm handed a bill to pay for it, is that a gift? So when the government says it wants to give you something, you ought to ask, whose money is going to pay for it? The politician who made the promise, and it will be out of his or her personal money, or will it actually be funded by you, or maybe a total stranger in your neighborhood, using funds that were taken from you involuntarily through taxes or fees? I'm sure hearing a lot of offers from the government that they want to give me some stuff, like free child care, free college, free guaranteed income for life, and free medical care. Hey, that sounds pretty good since I've been paying for all that stuff myself. But I'm not totally stupid. Notice I said totally. Hey, somebody's got to pay for all that. And when you hear an elected official promise to give you something for free, just pause and ask these questions. Number one, who will really pay for it? Maybe you're told some faceless big corporation will pay for it. But if you or someone in your family works for a big corporation, I hope you understand how taxing a corporation works. Because truth is, corporations, they don't pay taxes. They just collect taxes from their customers, and then they pass them on to the government. And to make up for the money that they send to the government, they do one of two things. They either raise their prices or they cut expenses. And sometimes the expense they cut is your job. Employers are not looking for ways to lose money. Most importantly, they got a responsibility to their shareholders and employees and customers to make money. And if they don't make money, they go out of business. And the people who invested in their stock lose their money. Those folks who lose their jobs, then they have less money to buy things. And if they've been buying stuff from you, you have less money. So the government has maybe given you something you didn't even ask for, but it may cost you something that you needed, like your job. Now, if I give you something from my own pocket, that's a gift. But if I give you something from someone else's pocket, that's theft. Sound familiar? Well, second thing to ask, is this something that the government has the legal authority to give you? Read the Constitution very carefully. Does the government really have the power to give this? Oh, it's easy for a politician to tell you that he or she is giving you something, but is it really a function of government for them to give it? Look, I get it that since most of us can't buy our own fire trucks or hire a policeman just for our own family, it does make sense to chip in with some taxes so that we can have a fire department, a police department, as well as having streets and sewer systems and water lines that come straight to our house. Number three, can the government spend money better than I can? Maybe hard to get a good answer, but I can tell you that in almost every case, the government is going to be paying way more for the things that it gives away than those things actually cost, because there are so many handling costs for the people in the government and for all the paperwork involved. So what if government just gave you the money, which really means they let you keep what you already had, and then they let you spend it for what they were going to give you? I don't know if you know this, but the cost for K through 12 education range from just under $7,000 per pupil per year in Utah to almost $36,000 in New York State. The average nationally is around $15,000 per student. Now, most private schools are well below that. So would you be better off if you could just get the funds from the government and you choose the school best for your child rather than the government picking your child's school? And the annual health care cost per American, about $12,000 a year. The cost on average for health insurance, about $6,000 a year. Some pay more, some pay less. So would you be better off buying your own than having the government buy it for you? Here's my point. When a politician tells you that he or she is going to invest your money in something, you ought to want to know, is it something you really need or even want? Does the government have the legal right to take money from other people, including you, in order to give it to you? And would you be better off taking the money that the government's going to spend and just spending it yourself? Remember, the government doesn't have anything that it doesn't take from you first. So before you celebrate what they promised to give you, be sure you know how much they took from you. Now, if you're seeing this, I know you've enjoyed that video. I mean, how could you not, after all? So you know what you should do? Leave a like, click on the subscribe button below, and hit the notification bell next to it so you'll always know when I have another video up for you to enjoy.